What are you smiling about?
Dude, I almost had you.
What's so exciting about F9 is we revisit that moment from a different perspective.
Ooh.
Oh, that's exciting.
Well, that's a tease. That's
Yeah.
an A+ tease right there. That's
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to jump in, but that scene, I had written down to ask you about that scene because I'll admit it. So I had a fast watch party a couple years ago. A few people that I knew hadn't seen them. I'm like, we're changing this. We're watching Fast 1 and going through them all. And that scene came on. And first, obviously Paul's incredible, kicking it off with his kind of like, I almost had you. And then you walk around the car. I literally said to everyone, I was like, this is movie star stuff right here.
You almost had me. You never had me. You never had your car.
This right here. It's like when you see a scene like that on paper, are you just kind of salivating as like knowing, the potential of what you can do with something like that?
I was so excited by that scene. It was in some ways the biggest scene that we had in the movie because there were the most people around, and the people that were in the scene were real illegal streetcar racers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they were feeding with such authentic energy that it made it so much easier for Paul and I to delve into the scene and really rip it apart. We were lucky.
Oh shit, we got cops!
We had started before production prepping for that scene. So one of the things that we did as actors in preparation for that scene was we did go to illegal streetcar races. Now, I grew up in New York City. And in New York City, in Manhattan, you won't see a lot of helicopters. And you definitely won't see helicopters disperse anything, like any kind of illegal streetcar racing. That's not going to happen. But Paul grew up in LA and was accustomed to that. And I wasn't. So I remember when the helicopters came, I'm like, well, which way do you run? And I have this image of Paul and I running over this bridge. Now, we haven't even filmed the movie yet. So we really don't, we're really putting ourselves out there.
Yeah.
And one of the illegal streetcar racers, all great people that ended up forming this legal form of these races, said, get in. And very similar to the scene of Brian saying, get into Dom when he's running in East LA.
Get in!
All those memories, the memories of going to Cuba to better prepare for the character because he owned a Cuba bodega.
Yeah.
That was the time when I had all the time in the world to prepare like crazy for every single role. But yeah, that'll always stay with me. So that scene that you mentioned where I go, you almost had me, there was a lot that led up to that. And again, it was the crowd there that was so electric and so appropriately authentic that added to that.